Oh my god, my forehead is peeling. This sunburn is crazy. Well, it's official. I've hit rock bottom. Well, this is rock bottom for me. Oh, why is it rock bottom? Okay, let's get into it. So I'm 30 years old. I make less than $47,000 a year. I'm a single mom of a toddler. I barely have friends. I dropped out of college, so I don't have a degree. Postpartum depression almost killed me, but it definitely killed my hair. I don't like to eat. I live with appearance. The list goes on. So I'm gonna do the ultimate experiment on myself. They say you can restart your life at any age and it's possible for anyone. So how about 30? I'm almost 30. And so yeah, I decided to do the ultimate experiment on myself. And I'm gonna use YouTube to hold me accountable because I hate absolutely nothing more than looking like a failure, a clown, a fool in public. So I'm gonna be posting my progress on here because, like, I don't know about y'all, but I prefer to take my L's in silence. What Lil Wayne say about lasagna?
Bitch, real G's moving silence like lasagna. People say I'm
Never had. And so, if anyone decides to watch this, you're free to follow along. Hopefully, it's motivational and not hilarious, but only time will tell. So, yeah, that's where we at with it. Also, what up, though? My name is Imani, and I'm about to transform my life. So, what led me to this point? All right, it's a few different bullet points I want to touch on. Also, I got a little outline here because I do not know how people on YouTube can just look at a camera and talk. I don't think they just talk off the top of their head. I know for sure they got to be using an outline. So let's get into it. How did I end up here? And we're gonna be very honest and real on this page. Like, I hate when you try to get people to explain exactly what happened in their life. And they want to be like, oh, I fell on hard times. What does that mean? Can I put some here? Okay. Anyways, so yeah, what led me here? First off, just right off the gate, I had very little to no guidance from my parents. And that's not to like put them down or anything. My parents were teen parents. So I think they did a pretty good job. Like, but it's still, they didn't really guide me in the way that I was supposed to be like taught, skills about organization, perseverance, sticking to deadlines, um, having your own boundaries and stuff like that, like, and career planning, yeah, studying. They never really like taught me. It was just like, okay, we expect you to be something. So I was just always trying to figure it out. Like, all right, I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to do this, but I'm trying my best because I know they want the results. The next thing that led me here was just giving up if stuff didn't go my way. Like, perseverance is not something in my vocabulary. Like, if it get hard, if it get rocky, I'm sit down. If it's like I can't figure it out fast enough, or if it feels too hard for me, I'm gone. I'm out of there. I'm gonna switch lanes. I don't. That is a that's a good way to put it. Like, if it's traffic in my life, I'm switching lanes. I'm not staying in the lane that's not going nowhere. I'm not staying in the lane that's giving me any type of pushback.
in that thing shifting and I'm lane switching.
So, but that's it sounds good when I put it that way, but it's really not when you are just trying to find yourself. Like, you have to put in more effort than 2 seconds of trying. The next thing that led me here was feeling like I couldn't ask for help, and then on top of that, even when I knew I needed help, I just didn't know how to ask for it. Like, I don't think people talk about that enough. Like, when it's ingrained in you that you have to figure everything out for yourself, you don't even have the vocabulary to express to people like, what you need from them. And it's not that you don't need it. Like I always wanted to ask other adults. I always wanted to ask my parents. I just didn't know how. So the next thing after that was feeling like I had to grow up sooner. And because I felt like I had to grow up sooner, I couldn't really put my focus into school or just figuring out life. Well, not figuring out life, like figuring out a career, a way to collect income to graduate, if I'm being honest. Um, and it's so funny because I remember the exact point where it was like, all right, so let's get into it. We're gonna use it with it. Anyways, I remember I was in my freshman year of college. It was like in the middle of my first semester, and I seen a tweet from this boy. He was also in college. I learned and found that out. But yeah, he was in college and he said, I make $200 a day. What y'all on? And I was like, $200 a day? In this economy? It's 2012. Like, how are you making this money? You're a kid like me. Where are you getting this money from? Because I know my little work study check, it ain't hitting on that. And so, me being me, I'm like, okay, so it's possible. I don't have to be a broke student. Somebody out here is making money. So, if they can do it, I should probably try to do it too. Like, of course, it seems like a good idea, but in hindsight, it was the worst decision of my life. What they say? What did he say? He said, I signed the most fucked up deal in the world.
When I signed my first deal, I signed the most fucked up deal in the world.
Anyways, but yeah, so right after that, I had already had a little work study job. I was doing good. My grades were amazing. It's all A's, only one B. And so right after I seen that tweet, I started applying and I got me a second job at Walmart. Now tell me, why would a freshman in college have two jobs? Their first semester, we're not talking about community college, part-time college. I was taking 16 credit hours living on campus. Why in the hell did I think? And the crazy thing about it is like looking at this from like an adult standpoint, I would never recommend that to a kid. And yeah, I was very upset at my parents looking back like, y'all let me do this. Why? But also they didn't go to college. They don't understand how tough school is. They just didn't know. So yeah, when I got that job, it just started going downhill from there. And whew, yeah, I might get into that for real on another video. The next thing I think that led me to this point was, of course, relationships. I settled for a relationship that I knew like it didn't really fulfill me. I knew I didn't want it, but because I had never seen like a good relationship up close, I was like, well, it looks like everything is okay. You know, we have a great friendship and I think he's a good person and he seems smart. Why not spend the rest of my life with him? So yeah, I got into a relationship that should have definitely ended. And then on top of that, I took it a step further because in the pandemic, I got pregnant. Yay! I had a baby, and I don't think I had ever really given thought to having kids, honestly. Like, it just wasn't something in my mind. But when I was in that relationship, I was like, okay, we're going to be together forever. Why not have a kid? And so that's the dumbest way to go about having kids. Like, I was not prepared to have to take care of him alone. Because even though we did talk about it, we planned it out. Like, that, all of that planning was contingent on us being together. And we weren't even married. So I don't know why, people make decisions. Anyways, the last thing that led me to this point was just getting sick, tired, was just getting fed up. And it's so funny because right now I'm in the Dominican Republic and I'm making this YouTube video. Life is crazy, but I just knew, like, I had always wanted to do YouTube, but I didn't feel like I wanted to sell anybody anything. Like, I just felt like it was so fake. But now I feel like I have a purpose. You can follow me and watch me transform my life Like, that is amazing. That feels so big. Like, I just told my boyfriend this other day, like, I just feel like going on a new episode. I mean, I'm starting a new season of my show in life. And I have not had that feeling since I graduated high school at 18, and now I'm 29, and now I'm feeling like, okay, I'm going into another season. Like, after I've already had the kid, the long-term relationship, moved out, living alone, quit. Like, this now is what feels like the new season of my show. And I don't know, when I like look back on the last 10, 12 years and where I am in life right now, I feel too big for it. I feel like I've outgrown it. I feel like I'm ready to do something new, so to speak. What do I plan to do on this channel? Okay. The whole reason I started this channel is to hold myself accountable for accomplishing the things that I think will transform my life. So, what are the things? All right. First, I'm going back to school. I'm going to get my degree. I know this. And I am going back to school for accounting, which is so funny because when I go through, like, when I talk about school, I'll break it all down. But basically, I'm going back to school for the thing that I originally picked when I was 18. And it's so funny how that all came full circle. The second thing that I'm going to be doing is, earning my degree and then also starting my career in it or my own business. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna figure that out. The thing that I am going to do to transform my life is to grow my hair to the middle of my back. And I know that sounds so vain, but y'all just don't understand. Like, when life gets to your girl gets to, like, I cut it off. I cut it off in a minute. Oh, the wind blowing too hard. Snip. Cut it all off. Something ended on my way this week. Cut all my hair off. Like, that's me. Like, because I just feel like the hair is just an unnecessary thing that I just can't deal with on top of everything else. Like, I don't want to do it. So, yeah, I be cutting off. Cuss again. Okay. Oh, yeah. Also, because after I had that baby and went through postpartum, my edges out the window, disappeared, completely gone. The edges, they falling off the bone, they're gone. And I already barely have them to begin with because, like, I just have a thin hairline naturally. So yeah, that's why hair is a go here. The next thing I'm going to be doing is eating 90% of my meals at home because the food in the US, it ain't it. I don't know what they putting in it, but it's not it, and it gets worse the older I get. It feels like so, yeah. And then also because, like, eating at home makes me eat because I told y'all, like, I don't like to eat. I hate it. It's such a chore. But when I cook at home, like, when it's easy and it's just grab and I don't gotta spin, that's when I eat. Also, I want to start a weekly hobby because I am 30 years old. I don't have nothing that I do to, like, fulfill me, to just enjoy life on a weekly basis. It's always just work, try to hang out with a friend, go see a family member, play with my baby. That's great, but it's nothing. What's for me? So yeah, I'm starting a hobby. The last thing I plan to do is just to live life. Like, I have not been living life. I'm 30 years old and I have not been. And my boyfriend is 36. Well, about to be 36. And he always has a story for everything. Like, he's done so much. Like, he downplays it, but I be looking at him like, wow, you have a whole life. I want one. How do I get one? And then one day I was just thinking on it, like, the reason I don't have a bunch of stories to tell is because I'm just so indecisive about everything. I don't make decisions. I try to go with the flow. And if you want something out of life, you cannot be a go with the flow person all the time. Like it's a useful skill, but just going with the flow, like, cause what if the flow don't bring nothing to you? And that's what happened. Like, I'm really up for everything, but when I have to like make a decision, like go to college, start my own business, I ain't right in the middle. I'm trying to do both. Or and if it get too overwhelming, guess what I do? No perseverance, girl. Out of there. And I end up not doing anything. So yeah. I want to live life and just experience it because we are only here for a short time. I don't know. I really don't know when I'm gonna go. That's so crazy to think about. Yeah. And then yeah. So hopefully y'all can watch this YouTube grow and see me grow and accomplish things. I hope that this comes off as motivational and not like hilarious. I do not want to look like a fool. That is so sad to think that like my whole reason for like even starting this YouTube channel is because I know that I have the worst fear of looking like a failure. And it's crazy that the fear of failing in front of people, not the fear of failing, the fear of failing in front of people is what's motivating me to do this. It's not my own drive. Like that is so sad. I probably should break that down in therapy one day. Like, why do I care so much about how I appear to other people? Hopefully I can get some damn confidence after doing like shit. I bitch don't got no confidence. The only thing I'm confident about is how cute I look, how big this booty is. I'm only like 110 pounds. But I be feeling like I got the body of a, I don't know. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm confident in. And half of the time, not even that. Especially when I don't be eating and I lose 5 pounds, and I'm like, it's all over. I look like I'm dying. Somebody save me. And everybody be looking like, you look normal. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah. I want to get back on YouTube and figure out how the girls be doing makeup. I am so lazy when it comes to makeup. Like, it just looks so pretty and I want to do it. I don't got the patience for it. Like this, I put on 2 products. Why did it take me like 30 minutes to do this? Anyways, yeah, I am my freaking forehead is killing from that sunburn. But yeah, that's where we at with it. And I'm so excited. What they say at the end of the videos? Like, comment, subscribe. Your girl's on a go. No girl is on a go. Like this video. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm about to go crazy. I'm going. Let me stop. I hope all this is recorded.